J were positioned way too high. But that didn't deter us from getting moving today. Let's go trucking. Rock and roll trucker.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Trucker, the channel that likes to rock and roll, the channel that likes to play. We love to eat, we love to truck, we love to see the world around us and just have a big old time. Come on in and have a seat, let's have a good chat. We'll tell you where we're going, we'll tell you where we've been. Yes, that is me playing the music.
Good morning. We're rolling. We are on Highway 58 over here in Virginia, pointed towards the Martinsville area, going to Ridgeway, Virginia, just a few miles from the tracks over there, I do believe, unless I'm just looking wrong on the map. We just jumped back into 4-lane space there. We're going to turn the camera on and let y'all see that it was very, very curvy, very hilly, not a real great road to be driving on there, 2-lane, but it was pretty to look at. We were going to get you guys to looking at that with us, and the second we got the camera fired up, boom, turned back into 4-lane over here. So day late, dollar short, didn't get it, but you get to look at me driving down the road. You get to, it's still pretty out here. Look at that. No urban sprawl, no trashiness, just beautiful trees and open highway and sun. The sun is out big time this morning. The sky is super blue. I thought we saw the Weather Channel on in the truck stop last night while we were getting something to eat. And it looked like it was going to be a lot uglier today. It looked like there was a lot of ugly weather all over the country, and I might have just been watching it wrong because it is beautiful. I don't know that you could get better weather than this. It's showing about 68, almost right around 70 degrees on the truck thermometer right now this morning. So blue skies, sunny, mild temperature, which we know here in the south that's going to turn hot and humid here in the next couple of hours. But for now, we're going to take what we've got and enjoy it. I have not been back in here in many years since I very first started driving way back when. This is one of those routes and areas I just never worked for a company that really came back here. I came back a couple of times very early on with very, very heavy loads, and that was a long time ago. Now I've got a light load, so it's been a little easier. Yeah, we had a good night. We slept good. The weather never really acted up like we thought it would, so the truck didn't get blown around or didn't hailstorm on us. It didn't do any of that craziness. So we got up and got coffees and got the dog walked and generally got life going. Pretty basic day of trucking. Nothing exciting to report at the moment, and sometimes that is a good thing. It means there's been nothing particularly entertaining, but that also means nothing stupid has happened yet. And that's the way we'd like to keep it. I'd rather be boring on here anytime I get on as to have excitement from something going wrong. We want fun stuff when we've got excitement to share. We want to see fun, interesting things. But man, it is absolutely pretty. I wish we could have got it on soon enough to see that pretty 2-lane back there, but yeah, it was a little bit of a stressful road there, and I had some local trucks around me that were determined to go 130 no matter what. I actually had one pass me in a very short straightaway with a blind curve turning up. He was very, very, very confident of himself and his surroundings, and it just one of those moves I don't think truck drivers should be making in a spot that they shouldn't be making it. But you know, what are you gonna do? That would have been a good one for bonehead truckers to send into there if we had got it on camera, but again, we just weren't fast enough. We weren't fast enough. Dash, he didn't turn it on quick enough for us. I blame it on him. He's supposed to be the producer and the director back here. I would blame it on her. She's over here in the jump seat, but she's close enough to smack me in the back of the head, so we don't want that, now do we? You guys don't want to see any physical assault on camera. We don't need that. I don't need it. I don't know if she's quite mean enough to do that. She might bite. I don't know if she'd hit me or not. I don't know. We don't want to chance it. But yeah. around out here. We're craving sweet corn now. And I know it's probably not all eating corn out here. It's probably crop corn, but we keep seeing all kinds of cornfields. All this pretty green corn growing everywhere. We're looking forward to harvest season. We just really got to, last few days, we're really craving sweet corn on the cob. It's boiled up with butter and salt. That's a meal all in itself. If you don't like that as a meal, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. We just saw a horse and buggy sign back there. We must be some Amish or Mennonite country here we're in. I haven't seen any yet, but I got the signs up, so must be out here. Find us a nice little spot to stop and get some baked goods and some vegetables, and get a barn built. Get some wood, some fine hand wood craftsmanship. I don't know what I'll do with a barn. I don't think I got room for it on the trailer, but I don't know where I'd set it at the apartment. Now, that's just an all-around bad idea, ain't it? Stereotyping Amish is building barns. What are we doing this morning, people? We're talking so much mess. Doesn't look like there's anything incredibly amazing in front of us. So we might get on off of here. Just cows, just beautiful pastures, just beautiful mountains and hills. You know, if we get over here near Martinsville and it looks like they'll allow us out on the track and we can do some of that truck racing like they do at the beginning of the Smokey and the Bandit movie there, where they're out there running the big trucks around the track at the big truck jamboree there. That'll be something to see. We'll get out there on the short track with the 53-footer and the tractor here. Unless we get to do that, though, I don't think there's going to be an incredible amount of excitement. So we're going to sign off for the moment. We'll get over there to the receiver and get this load off of there and figure out where we're going next. We'll take you with us. Maybe we'll see some pretty mountain 2 lanes again today. We'll get you on there and take you on a tour. If we cross the state lines into North Carolina, we'll put you with us. Whatever state we go to, you're going with us too. We'll see you in a little while. Well, we made it to Ridgeway, Virginia. Basically Martinsville. Like literally about, the Martinsville Speedway is about 200 yards away from this warehouse we're unloading at. Wish I could find some place to park right over there beside it and go tool around and trespass and get some video over there, but we're here. That's what we're looking at. Show you. We got Morticia backed in the dock, and of course, you know, there's always room. Everybody does it all the time, and all these docks are built for 53-footers and conventional tractors, so as you can see, plenty of room to spare, right? Plenty of room to spare. Yeah. Plenty of room. We got it in there. Luckily, there's nobody around us, so really wasn't that big of an issue, but yeah, that's not a lot of room to deal with there between the front of the truck and the embankment and all the trees like that. But we got it done. Y'all can't really see that water tower up there. It says Martinsville Speedway on it up there. So if you're a NASCAR fan, we're right up here where you'd want to be. I'd like to go walk around that track over there. I just don't know if we'll get to do that, or I don't know if there's a little place I can pull off where I can sneak off in there, and I don't know how much time I'm going to have. I still don't know where I'm going. We still don't know where we're going. But yeah, this is where we're at. Morticia is backed up all snugly in that nice little tight space there, but we did get somewhere. We got some productivity going today. We're at least in the dock. As to whether we're going to ever get unloaded, I don't know. That's been a little bit of a chore finding human beings in this place, and then once you find a human being, they got to go find another one, and then they got to go find another one. So we don't know what's going to happen. We might be here 15 more minutes. We might be here another 2 hours. I could have already had it unloaded with a hand jack, to be truthful. It's only 15,000 pounds worth of stuff, but when in Rome, you do what the Romans do, and here that means wait. Yeah, we're gonna wait. We'll holler back at you when we get out of here and figure out where we're going. And we're back, and we're still alive. where all have we been since then? We went and delivered in Ridgeway, Virginia. We got that off, and then we proceeded to just sit around for a while and wait while loads were hunted. The dispatch person was looking, kept tossing out stuff that just was not fitting my style of business or anything that was going to do me any good. So it took a while to find something, and we still didn't end up with the world's greatest thing, but we've got a load on. Ended up going to Whitsett, North Carolina. Picked up a load there. The one good part, fairly light load, but it's got to go up and through West Virginia and everything and cut across and go to Cincinnati. We can avoid all that, but it costs another 100 miles close to it. So we're just going to go that way. Where are we at? We're on a highway in North Carolina right now, working our way up towards 74 to get to 77, I think. Something like that. I know where I'm going. We'll get there. I'm just not good at remembering the road names, but I always think, Aaron and I always talk about it, everywhere we go, we're like, these are absolutely the craziest drivers we've ever seen. And every time we go somewhere else and they top the last place. This here, over around this here neck of the woods, within the general vicinity of Whitsett and Greensboro and all that stuff over here in North Carolina, people are taking it to a new level. We watched a couple of guys before I could get my camera fired up, and before I could even tell Aaron to get it thrown in the window and turned on. It was already too late and passed by because they were going so quick. But we watched two guys road raging against each other, one cutting the other one off, throwing a bottle out the window at the other driver, that driver taking off and trying to rear end the other driver, that one throwing his brakes on, trying to get him to rear end. They were trying to pit maneuver each other, it looked like. And then everybody's been driving 90 or nothing through here, whipping in and out, hard braking, cutting people off. Some of the most aggressive driving I've seen since last time we were down there in Florida. We thought that took the cake, and then we got to some other places and thought they took the cake, and now North Carolina says, hold my beer, hold my hat, let me show y'all something. Before we got it back in on the road though, we stopped at there was a TA basically right around the corner from where we were at, the Whitsett, I guess it's still considered Whitsett, North Carolina TA. Went in there, grabbed us a snack, hit the restroom, and a torrential downpour hurricane typhoon came through for about 20-30 minutes. That was a pretty good TA though. They, it's got your typical fast food crap in it, no good restaurant, but it was actually a pretty clean place, pretty well kept place for a TA. And we were disappointed we weren't staying there because I remembered being there years ago and there was a tattoo shop in there. We were like, sweet, we'll go get it inked up. No, we can't. We don't have the time. We had to get up the road. We got this load so late in the afternoon, it's going to kind of eat up a good chunk of tomorrow. So we needed to make some mileage up here until 7 or 8 o'clock this evening to lighten tomorrow's workload so we can get there and get that off and get reloaded for something over the weekend. It's been this late start into the week has been not only chewed up a day or two of the week, but it's just thrown the whole week off. And then I'm not getting pre-booked or anything, and I am definitely in the middle of working on something to get into a little bit more of a stable situation with the truck. So pretty good chance I'll be moving the truck here sooner rather than later, putting it on somewhere a little closer to home, and we'll talk about that a little more after it's fully locked in, which it's about 90-95% locked in right now. We'll have that maybe taken care of here in the next day or so. We'll talk about that then. But hopefully it's going to increase production substantially and be a little easier to get in and out of the house a little more often, at least a little more easily. Anyway, get a little better towards being able to plan life a little bit, I believe. Some of my overhead is going to go down too. Some other things will be affected on the overall revenue, but I'll be able to get some substantial overhead every month off my neck there, to where if we decide we need to take a week or so off or something like that, we're not going to have a bunch of chargebacks pile up on us for the week, a bunch of company, lease, a bunch of stuff where we owe them trailer rent, insurance, and all kinds of stuff like that, having the truck leased on. A lot of that's going to go out the window, and I'll still be operating my truck at the speed limit I want to, and should be gaining some drop and hook stuff and some contract stuff, so revenue rates should go up a little bit for me. Even contract stuff's a little bit in the dumper right now, but it's still, compared to spot market, it's still above that. Like I said, the overhead is going to go down substantially, and that's going to make one of the biggest differences. There we go, trying to yawn again. Every time I get on here, I get to talking, I don't breathe right. I have to go talk to a voice coach, so y'all are gonna have to crowdsource me some money to go take some voice lessons so I can learn to breathe correctly and quit yawning, making everybody tired. Yeah, there goes somebody. Yeah, people drive really crazy here. It's kind of nuts. But yeah, I think the two people trying to wreck each other earlier, that kind of took the cake for today. That would have been such a fine piece to have had for bonehead truckers to send in, but no such luck. I'm just going to have to invest in a little GoPro or something, or get a dash cam just dedicated to pulling footage off for this stuff here. Just start making sure I get all of that wild and crazy stuff. We've seen some pretty wild idiots here in the last couple of days, and we just haven't been able to get them on. We had a pretty wild route we went down earlier today too, that I'd have liked to have had on camera, but once we started into it, I didn't feel the need to even be entertaining on a camera. It was pretty hairy. It would have been a sketchy route on the best of days, but they were doing construction all up and down it, trying to turn a mountainous, curvy, switchback, hilly mountain road into a, I guess they're aiming towards turning it into a 4-lane. I don't know, but it was under serious construction and had some serious grades and some serious turns. It was wild. It have made for some good footage, but unfortunately, I don't have that either. So what I'm going to do, we'll just make a video about how there was a whole bunch of interesting stuff that you would like to see that I didn't get. That's great material, ain't it? Yeah. We'll try better. We'll try harder. We'll do better. All I can do is promise. But till then, you got me. Aaron's back there taking a breather, chilling out for a bit. We had our good snack there, and we're both feeling a little lazy. I know I am. We're gonna go for a couple hours though. I'll holler at you when we get up here in the West Virginia mountains and see what's going on. Chill out and wait on us. Go have yourself some dinner. It's getting about that time. Getting real close to it. Y'all eat. Get back to us. Tell us what you had. Enjoy yourselves. I'll holler back in a bit. Alright. We're about to go through the second big tunnel here on 77. Up here. Are we still in Virginia, or are we in West Virginia now? I don't know. It's on the I-77 north. I think we're still technically in Virginia. I don't know. That's beside the point. I just want to teach you a little fact of life before we go through this tunnel. Not before, but while we go through it. If you or anybody you know goes through a tunnel such as this, and you do not do this, you or that someone you know cannot be trusted. It's mandatory. Greetings from West Virginia. Didn't get on here much after the last longer clip I put on here. We just kind of drove. We had to knock out some mileage. We're going to burn up a lot of day tomorrow trying to finish getting where we're going. The whole starting in the middle of the week, and then the not being pre-booked on anything, and starting way late today and everything. It's thrown us way off our ball game. But we've ended up here in West Virginia. I think we're in where are we at? I think we're right around Beckley, I believe. We're at exit 44 on I-77. The lady that never knows where we're at just knew where. She's look at her. She over here. She's like, "Yep, I got one." She never has a clue where we're at on the map on this entire earth. And then I lost my exit number there, and she's like, "Yep, you're dumb." But
I was just helping out.
We're at exit 44 in Beckley. I'm pretty sure that's Beckley. Can't remember the town. All I know is what exit we're at, and I know what state we're in for sure. We got to finish going to Cincinnati tomorrow, and then figure out what we're going to do over the weekend. But check this out. We've never seen these before. I'm not unfamiliar with Utz potato chips. I love their crab chips, the ones that taste like Old Bay. One of my favorite things on earth. But I've never seen these. That's probably looking backwards to you guys, but it's Utz Kettle Classics Dark Russets. It's like a whole entire bag of the overdone chips. Kind of like those extra done Cheez-Its, but it's the potato chips. And I don't think I want a different bag of chips ever again. I think this is it. If they would just do them like this, but like put barbecue seasoning on them or something every now and again, I don't think I'd ever have to buy another chip. That's one of my favorite things about going around the country. I love being able to try regional potato chips, and when I have like a good bit of time off, 34 or something, I love trying regional beers. I love trying things that you can't get back at home. I love the potato chip game is one of my favorites, though. I know that's not a healthy thing to do, but I have a problem, and I'm not ready to solve it yet because there are so many good regional chips out there. My other favorites I had recently when it was back on that first run, back when we had that disastrous first run. We were coming back through, and in New Mexico, we went to this little Native American casino truck stop, and they had these like almost homemade type chips. They weren't homemade, but they were like kind of like a home, like small, like local batch, small batch company. And they had green and red. They had red chili and green hatch chili spiced potato chips. Woo! Good. I want to get a whole bucket full of those next time we go through there. But yeah, we're just chilling. Dash is hanging out with us. Ham's a good puppy. Ain't you a good puppy, Dash?
It's very comfy.
Might take him for a little short walk here in a little bit. He needs to stretch his legs. Sorry for the weird shadow on my face there. Got the weird lighting going on. Whenever we close up the curtains and all, I never can get the lighting right. I love our Morticia here. I will say the new modern Freightliners, like the ones that I had been in, the one I had at West Side and the ones I've been in before that at previous occasions, they really have their lighting game together. Their ambient lighting and all their cabin lighting is top notch. Most of this in here is still, a lot of it's incandescent bulb still rather than LED, and it just throws off and it's not real. The Freightliners, you could like dim them and stuff like that and get just like nice little soft light and everything. That was awesome. But I like my Kenworth. I do enjoy it. So I'll deal with the light. Y'all just have to deal with me having shadows on my face. But we're going to get off here. Wait. I'm supposed to talk about some music. I'm the Rock and Roll Trucker, and I've been neglecting my duties here every few videos. Not this time. Old school punk today. If you like punk music, particularly if you like Rancid as well, we're going to go back to Operation Ivy. Pre-Rancid, you had Tim Armstrong and Matt Freeman of Rancid fame there. In that was their pre-Rancid band, and I was jamming to them earlier today. It don't matter. Pick a record, EP, whatever they got out. Those random scattered recordings. I don't know what the official record. They had a record, and then they had like a compilation, all that stuff. It don't matter. Pick one, listen to it all. Get some punk rock in your life. Everybody needs some. I need large doses of it very regularly. That's my recommendation for the day. No particular album, just the band. Go back and find you some Operation Ivy. Do it. Report back. Say, good choice. Good choice. We're glad we watched you. We're glad we listened to you. That's what I'd like to hear anyways. Don't know if I'll hear that. but that's my recommendation nonetheless. I'm gonna get off of here. We went in the store and got these chips and a Gatorade, and I think she's up here shaking her fist at me because she was struggling to get the cap off the Gatorade, and I did not acknowledge and open it for her, and she just sat it back.
I did not shake at you. I shook at the Gatorade.
She sat it back in the cup holder like,
Here.
forget both of you. If I let it go, the phone will fall, my dear. Wait a minute.
No, don't. It's going to fall down.
I'm going to hold it. I need to show my He-Man Hulk skills. Hold it. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Listen to this crack. I got it broke. Oh, that's the... that strong right arm. No jokes, you dirty turds.
I'm going to take the first sip.
She's over stealing the first sip of my hard-earned Gatorade. You know how many miles I have to drive to pay for that Gatorade?
I love this one.
What are we going to do? Price of having good company, right? You want to tell them good night, Mama?
Sure. Good night.
Say sweet dreams.
Mwah.
Nash. Oh, yeah, buddy. Say good night. Oh. He's unsociable. I'll say good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. We'll go to Cincinnati.